welcome back to class, guys. You can go ahead and line up on the lines in your squat lines, and we're going to get started with stretching just like we do every day. But each day when we stretch, we're trying to get a little bit deeper stretch and a little bit better stretch so we can stay flexible and keep our muscles from getting hurt, being sore. So we're just going to go all the way down and back with each stretch. We're going to start in the same sequence that we normally do. So we're going to go ahead with the same one that we always start with. So we're going to go trying not to bend our knees, touching our toes, and then a side lunge, and then we'll rotate down just like we have been doing. So you'll take it down and then do the same thing on the way back. Nice stretches, Kelly. Hopefully you all can see a difference from our stretching, even from beginning of a few weeks ago to now, that our stretching is getting better and we are able to stretch longer and do the same thing on the way back. Nice job, Maya. Looks good. All are some nice stretchers. Okay, now you're all back, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go down with our lunges. So make sure you're pulling your knee up, getting into a nice, good stretch. Our ones just like this, and don't forget to alternate our legs. All right, Tiffany, don't overstretch it. You don't want to hurt anything by stretching too far, so be careful. But great job trying to go as far as you can. Great job bringing that back. On the way back, remember, make sure this is the one where we reach up for the sky, the ceiling, whatever you see. Some nice cirrus clouds, reaching for those. So go ahead and reach up on the way back. All right, our next one on the way down, we're just going to be reaching, tipping, getting opposite arm to our opposite toe. Make sure that you're trying to bend and you're not falling over. This is where we can work on our strength. Be careful there, Kelly. Nice stretches, Hannah. That's good. stretching. Let's go ahead and move over here and set up a few drills just to get our blood pumping a little bit. So make sure when we're doing these drills, we're not just doing them for fun. They are fun drills, but we're doing them so we can get better at our skills that we're putting all together while also warming up, because I know y'all like doing that a little bit better than running or just jogging. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our layup lines, and we're just gonna do layups on this side. So when you're doing your layup, make sure you are running, getting as fast as you can, hustling, and then make sure we're keeping all of our little components together. So we'll have the first squad line to start over here with the ball. So two of you go ahead and grab those balls, and you'll come and be in this line, and then squad line number two, you'll be in this line, and y'all know how it goes. Just do your layup, you'll meet them, get the rebound, and we'll just rotate through a few times before we switch sides. Also, if you're rebounding, make sure that you're not just walking up there. We want to make this look efficient, and we don't want to look lazy. So only walk up when your person is there. Go ahead and get that rebound, and let's keep it moving quickly. Go ahead, Kelly, and start us off. Great job. Your layups are looking better each day, class. Nicely done, Maya. Keeping the same arm, same leg. Great job shooting with our outside hand. This is looking very nice. All right, Tiffany, make sure you shoot with the outside hand. I know you're left-handed, but on the right side, we want to shoot with the outside hand. Make 5 more on this side, and then we'll go ahead and switch sides to the left side, and we'll keep everything in mind with the same with that. So we have 2, 3, 4. All right, Kelly, finish us off with our 5th one. Great job. You can go ahead and put the ball over here as you come around, and we're going to do the same thing. One thing I noticed, make sure that we're going off with our same leg and our same arm should be in the air. So make sure that you're getting that done. This line may begin. All right, Maya, that looks much better. Great job. Kelly, make sure you use that outside hand. I know it's hard to use the left, but make sure you're using your left hand. Y'all moving through nicely. Great job. That was better that time. Kelly using that outside hand. All right, let's go ahead and have 5 more. Y'all are doing really well with these. We've got the hang of these layups. We're just flying through them. This line, you're doing a great job of getting those rebounds and keeping the lines moving. So we're at 2. All right, Hannah with our 3rd one. Great shot. Tiffany's got our 4th one. And Maya with our 5th one. Great job. You can set, Maya, if you'll set those basketballs over to the side, and you all can come in. Yesterday we were talking about rebounding and the different things that go into rebounding and why we rebound. So first of all, when is rebounding used? Is it used on offense or defense, Kelly? All right, Kelly says it's used on offense, and I would agree with her. It is used on offense, but can it be used on defense, Maya? Yes. So that was a question where both of them can be used. So it would be offense and defense. Anytime the ball is shot and it is a miss, there's an opportunity for a rebound. So no one is excluded from trying to rebound, so let's make sure we remember that. We're always trying to remember. Now, what is one of the most important things to remember when we're rebounding, Tiffany? All right, Tiffany says that we are getting good position. Does the class agree with that? That's right, I agree too. If you don't have good permission, if you don't have, you always have permission to rebound. If you don't have good position to rebound, then you're probably never going to get a whole lot of rebounds. Now, you said good position. That's right, making sure that we have our eye on the basket and we're pushing them out. And she even mentioned that athletic stance, which is really important because that helps us go up strong and grab the ball. And then lastly, why do we grab the ball with two hands? Jenna, I see your hand. I'll let you answer this one. Why do we grab the ball with two hands? Right, Jenna says to make sure that it doesn't get knocked away. So some people, if you watch the NBA, sometimes those big guys that are 7 feet tall can go up there and just grab the ball, and it looks like a little orange in their hand, but I don't think any of us can do that. So when we're rebounding, we want to grab it with two hands. So we have talked about rebounding and cutting and shooting and different things that we can do to make sure that we are good offensive players. And offense is, what is offense, Kelly? Right, it's when our team has the ball. We have not really talked about defense. We haven't talked about what it is and how to do it and how to do it right. I have often heard that basketball games and matches are not won on the offensive end, but they're won with defense. So if you have good defense, then that's going to end up giving you more chances on offense. So that's something that we want to take a look at today is our defense. Now, defense is any time that we are defending the ball, obviously. It's kind of in the name, defense, defending. So it's not when you're trying to shoot the ball, but it's when you're trying to keep your opponent or the enemy or the other team, whatever you want to call them, it's when you're trying to keep them from shooting. And there's a few different kinds of defense that we're going to learn about, but there's a few things within our defense that we're going to take a closer look at today. So a lot of times you might have a whole team playing a defense and it's all one thing. But what about when it's just you and another person? Maybe you're in your backyard and you're just playing against your friend, you're playing against your brother, or you're playing against your mom or dad. That is what we call, that is our one-on-one defense, and it's really focusing on just playing against one player. So today we're going to look at what to do when it's just you and another player, and that comes in to all of our special stances and the way that we're going to move. So everybody go ahead and move this way so you can be in front of me. There's mainly one thing that we want to remember with defense, and you all are going to be shocked when you hear what the main thing is to remember with our defense. And you're already thinking, I see some of your wheels turning, what could it be? And that's right, if you're thinking the athletic stance, then you have guessed it perfectly. That is the main thing that our defense comes down to, is being in our athletic stance. That is so very important. If we're not in our athletic stance, it's going to be really hard to keep up, and more than likely you're going to get beat a whole lot, and people will score on you, and then your teammates are not going to be very happy with you. So everybody can start in the athletic stance, so that's something we all can do. So, excuse me, I have something stuck in my throat. So when we start with defense, we're all going to start in the athletic stance. So everybody go ahead and show me the athletic stance. Okay, make sure you're holding it. All right, Hannah. Okay, you've got it right, but make sure you're not leaning forward. And we're just kind of, it's almost like we have a chair. Kelly, yours looks exceptional. Maya looks great. Tiffany, that's exactly how I would do it. All right, Hannah, you've gotten it straightened out. That looks great. Yes, Hannah, you may go to the restroom very quickly. So when we're in our defensive stance, we have to do more than just be in our athletic stance. And you also have it right. Sometimes the athletic stance can be called the defensive stance because that's what we use it so much for. And that's why it's so important. So when we're in our defensive stance and we're playing defense, I want everybody to imagine there is somebody in front of you with the basketball. And you're facing me. And anytime we play defense, anytime, the main goal is to keep, one of the main goals and one of the main keys is to make sure that you keep your eye on your defender and you want to keep your back to the baseline. You all remember that the baseline is what runs underneath the basket. So for you, if I was the person with the basketball, you want to keep your back to the baseline. So you want it to be like this. So a lot of the drills we're doing today, we're going to work on keeping our back to the baseline. We want to keep our back to the baseline because that helps us know and see where our defender's going to go. If you're turning this way and your defender is right there, well, she's gonna run around you, and you're gonna have no idea where she went. So we're all in our athletic stance, we're in our defensive stance, and there's one thing about defense. You know, when we're passing, we're in our defensive stance, and when we're shooting, but it's important that when we're in our defensive stance, we want to be just a tad bit lower than we normally would. We know that I'm not going to stand out here with the ball, and I'm not going to shoot it to you like this. But in defense, the lower you are, the lowest down you can get, the better you're going to be. You're going to be able to be faster, and you're going to be able to make sure you're sliding with your defender and your opponent, so you're staying with them. So everybody go ahead and get in that athletic stance, get in our defensive stance, and get a little bit lower than we normally would than just for passing or shooting. Okay, great job. You can go ahead and stand up. So that's the first thing. We want to start out as low as we can. Now, obviously, we're not sitting on the ground where we fall over, but we want to be nice and low. Now, you see where my hands naturally went? This is just second nature to me. My hands went out. We want to make sure that our hands, this is a big thing that gets people in trouble when they're playing defense. That's our hands. So you don't want to put your hands on the player. If I am playing defense and I'm putting my hands on the player like this, they're going to call you for a foul, and you only have so many to give, and then the other team gets chances to score, and it's just not good. So make sure that your hands are out when you're sliding with them. We're going to talk about sliding in a minute when they're in front of you. Now, if they're shooting, we want to go with our hands up. So we're either going to have our hands out, or we're going to have our hands up when they're shooting, okay? So which way are we going to have our hands, Kelly? Out or up, but never in front, okay? Out or up, but never in front, because we don't want to put our hands on them and get fouled. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put up some cones for you all. And go ahead and line up on the baseline down underneath the basket. And we're going to say that this is an opponent. We're going to say that I'm right here and I'm getting ready to shoot. We're not going to move side to side yet with them. We're going to act as if we're running up at someone who's getting ready to shoot. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to run out with our hands high, and we're going to shuffle our feet a little bit so we don't overrun. So let me show that for you. You're going to see me get in my defensive stance, and you're going to see my hands go high, and you're also going to see my feet chop just a little bit. So let's say that the ball was passed to them, and I have to get there really fast. So I'm going to sprint, and I'm going to break it down. It doesn't really go so well on this asphalt, but we're going to break it down. And then you see how I'm sitting down and I have my hands up, okay? So make sure you sit down with it and you have your hands up. So you all are gonna start down here at this line, and you're just gonna come out and do that. And we're gonna go through that a couple times, and then we're gonna move it. So what are 3 things that I'm looking for? What's the first one, Hannah? Chopping our feet, that's right. The second one, Kelly, athletic stance. And Maya, make sure you're paying attention to the line. Not need to be talking. That's right, we're looking for our hands high so that we are making sure they can't get that shot. You're not putting your hands on them, but you're putting your hands high. All right, let's go ahead and run through this. Great job, Kelly. Make sure you get a little lower next time. Great job, Maya. You got those feet moving real quick. Great job. All right, Tiffany, make sure, remember, they're coming out, so you want their hands, you want to get your hands up. All right, Hannah, make sure you're sprinting to it. It's not just a jog out. Make sure you're sprinting to the ball. Okay, Kelly, you can go ahead and take a lap for us for horse playing in line. You know that we don't do that, so you can take a lap and make sure that you pay attention next time. All right, everybody, we're going to go through one more time, and then we're going to do something a little bit differently with it. Great job, Maya. Way to sit down with it. All right, that was better, Kelly. Great job. Okay, so you all can come up here again. Now, we have talked about when we're running at them. But if you've watched any little bit of basketball, you know that you're not always just going to be running straight at them. If that was all we had to do, then we would just run a sprint every day. We'd run wind sprints and we would never get beat. No one would ever make a shot. But we know that sometimes you might run out here and they might dribble and move to the side, or they might dribble and go that way, or they might even back up. Well, then are you just going to stand right there in our stance with our hands up? No, we're not statues. We have to be able to add to our defense and to add certain things. So go ahead and spread out, because we've already added running out at our opponent, but now we're going to practice moving side to side with them. If they're dribbling this way, you need to be able to keep up with them. And if they're going this way and they're going forward, well, you've got to do something or you're going to get run over. So go ahead and everybody, go ahead and get in your athletic stance. All right, it's looking good. Everybody's got it down. You can come up. This next one we're going to do, and we're going to work on, you're going to be following me, and we're going to practice moving side to side. And we talked a little bit about this way back when we started, and we were talking about our athletic stance. We said that you don't, if you have to move to the side, we don't want to have to turn, sprint there, but we want to just slide. We want to shuffle our feet to the side. So you can call it a defensive shuffle or a slide. I like to call it sliding because it's kind of like you're just sliding side to side. So we're down, and I'm down in my defensive stance, and I'll show it to you. And let's just say, also, here's another thing when we play defense, we never want to play like this. Am I going to get a whole lot done? Probably not. So make sure we're down in our defensive stance like this, and my defender is going to go that way. Well, instead of having to do like this and run catch them, and then my hands are out here, we're going to just follow. We're going to do our nice little shuffles, and we're going to go with them all the way. Maybe they're going back that way. I'm going to do the same thing and just shuffle, but you notice I'm not coming up. I'm not shuffling like this. That's not going to work. I'm staying nice and low the whole way across. So we got that little bounce in our step. So we're going to practice this. Let me grab one more comb. So I need everybody to line up. You can make just one big line. Everybody is going to start at this cone, and you're going to shuffle all the way to this cone. Now, an important question, are you going to face me or the basket while we're shuffling? Maya, you said you're going to face me, and why are you going to face me? Right, because I said our back should always be to the basket. If the ball's in front of you, it doesn't really matter what's behind you. So go ahead, Kelly, you're going to start us off. We're just going to start at this cone, and you're just going to make sure you're staying low, and you're going to shuffle all the way through. Kelly, go ahead and start us off. All right, Hannah, make sure you stay low the whole time. They're starting to pop up a little bit at the end. Okay, go ahead and stop right here, Maya. When we're shuffling through, we want to make sure we're staying low the whole time. We don't want to start, if we start low, but then by the time we get over here, we're high again. We need to make sure we stay low the whole time with our hands out. Go ahead and start again for us, Maya. All right, great job, Kelly. Way to stay low the whole time through. Great job, Maya, shuffling all the way to the end. All right, Hannah, that was much better that time through. Okay, everybody move your line to this side. We're going to do the same thing, except this time, instead of moving to our left, we're going to be moving to our right. But make sure we want to keep our hands out, remember, not in front of us, but we want to keep them out. Maya, you'll go ahead and start us off staying low the whole way through. Great job, Maya. All right, Kelly, that looked great. Much better. Tiffany, very nicely done. You got your hands out. You are ready for whoever comes at you. job. You've all been through a couple times, and that looks really nice. So we've looked at running at our running at our opponent, but we've also looked at shuffling. So now we're just going to put them together nice and easy. So we're going to make that drill that we did starting down there, and this drill, we're going to make it one drill. So if I can get everybody, move your line back down here again, and we're going to go one at a time, and you're going to do the same thing. So you have a defender right there, so you need to run to your defender, chopping your feet, getting nice and low, hands high, and then there's just one slight change you're going to do. So you have your hands high, and we're defending. Now we're going to pretend that our defender is moving that way. So you're going to run, and then you're going to shuffle through it. So let me show you one time through before we get this last drill in. So you're going to start down here. Oh no, they have the ball. We're going to chop, and then I have my hands down. I'm going to stay low all the way through, and then you circle around and do it again. Kelly, you're in the front of the line. You're ready to go. Go ahead and show us how it's done. Hands high. Great job. She brought her hands down, and she's shuffling back. Nicely done. Maya, make sure you're getting a little bit lower sitting down with that. Alrighty. Jenna, that looked much better. You stayed low all the way through to the end. Great job. Tiffany's got it down. That looks good. Remember, you're coming at me, say I'm about to shoot. All right, you were there. Maya, great job. And now I'm going this way. She shuffled right with me. Nice job. All right, Kelly, come on, stop my shot. Oh, I couldn't get it off. I'm going that way. Great job. All right, last one through, Hannah. Make sure you're staying low the whole way. All right, and she's off. All right, now we're gonna do the exact same thing, except we're just gonna go backwards. So you're gonna run at this cone, hands high, nice and low, and then shuffle down to that one. Remember, we want our hands to be down, and then back pedaling off, or you can just jog off to the back. Go ahead, Tiffany, start us out. All right, Tiffany, make sure you're staying balanced. This going off of our left is a little bit harder. Not quite as natural for us. Nice job. All right, Kelly, make sure you have the hands high. You would have shoved that girl right over if someone had been there. Hands high and then to the side. That's better. Great job. All right, Maya, that looks good. Hannah. All right, we'll have everybody go through just one more time. Make sure you're staying low. I'm here ready to shoot. All right, you stopped me, Maya. All right, that's it. Okay, you guys are there. All right, great job, everybody coming through that. You can go ahead and bring it in right here. Today we talked about defense, and what does defense mean, Hannah? Right. That means that we are defending the basket. We are trying to keep the other team from shooting. There are a few components, a few different things that maybe we tweak from our athletic stance. And what was one of those, Tiffany? Right, we want to be just a tad lower. And why do we want to be lower? What does that help us any, Kelly? Right, we can move with them better, and we're just already low, so we can move a little bit faster and be there. Okay, and then what about our back? Do we want to be facing the basket? How do we want our body to be positioned when we're playing defense, Maya? Our back to the basket at all times. And why should our back be to the basket? Why do we want to do that, Kelly? So we know where the ball is. If we're facing the basket, we probably don't know where the ball is. All right, y'all have done a great job on defense today. We're going to continue working on that over the next few days. You can help me get at these cones and put them away, and you can go change for your next class.